Well, hello everybody. I'm back again. I ain't made a video in a while. Been sort of down. A little shoulder trouble, and sort of been down for a few days, and just feeding and coming back in, and more or less hitting the couch. I can lay a certain way, and seem like the pain eases off. So that's basically what I've been doing. But anyway, I've been watching a lot of news and a lot of stuff that they're finding in the government where money's went to that could have helped the American people. The American people. These Democrats talk about the people and the people in inner cities and how they're for minorities and all that. Well, they send all that money across the water. Where all the money been sent to? All these other countries, Iraq. Uh, I mean, condoms for Hamas. It's ridiculous. And on the farming side, all this money went to Farm Journal magazine and these news organizations to drum up this RFID tag system to get farmers and ranchers, the National Cattle and Beef Association, the Farm Bureau Association, to sucker farmers and ranchers into tagging their cattle so they could be a carbon tax added to it later on. So we'd be taxed on our cattle. Money sent to Brazil, 2 million or 2 billion or whatever it was, to fight cow farts in Brazil. Instead of spending the money on the American farmer, helping family farms, small family farms and ranchers stay afloat, stay alive, they seem like they help the corporate farmers, big corporation farmers, but the small family farms and ranchers gets left behind. You hear people all the time about all the subsidies farmers get. Well, I can tell you one thing right now. If we get something during the disaster, if something happens, and we sign up on that program and you get a bitty check, you get a 1099 on that. It's not free money. We pay taxes on it. It's not free. So let me throw that out there right away. It's not free money. Now, some of these big corporate farms, I'm sure they've got big lawyers and all that, and their money is probably, they get it free, but not the little fella. So, it's getting harder and harder to make a living off doing this stuff, and with as high as input and stuff in. But thank God President Trump's back in there, and Elon Musk is finding all this corruption. And you've got these lawyers and judges are trying to stop from finding out the waste and the corruption. And Democrats are scared to death. They're screaming, hollering, doing everything they can to stop it because they're crooked. They don't want their little scheme found out. That's how they stay in power. They send this money to these bureaucrats, and these bureaucrats send out these NGOs, and it goes all over the world. They're sending money to help illegal aliens instead of them sending money out of FEMA to help American citizens who lost their homes and their families swept down the river. They're now living in tents. You got a 96-year-old woman that died the other day from exposure. This is unacceptable, people. We really got lucky and got President Trump back in there to find out a lot of stuff. With all the censorship that they was trying to do, we was fixing to lose our rights. You don't know how close that we become to being a socialist nation, and we're still on the verge. They're fighting hard to keep their power to turn us into a socialist nation. So the fight is not over. We have got to have President Trump's back. We have got to elect American first people. If these Republicans or so-called Republicans ain't towing the line in America first, and they get their hand in the cookie jar, primary them, vote them out, and they need to go to jail. These crooked politicians need to go to jail. And we have got to stay vigilant, keep calling your Congress and your senators, put pressure. And we, in these small counties, need to get more people registered to vote before we can outvote these big cities. Like in my case, up in Richmond, around Washington, we need to get enough our small counties, because we're 90% red. We need to be 100% red to outvote these big city blocks. We've got to. And hopefully these big cities will see the daylight and see how this government is screwing them. When they support more for illegal aliens than they do for homegrown Americans, your own citizens, and another thing about that, they found out that Social Security had been making payments to people from overseas with no Social Security numbers, Medicare payments, millions of dollars gone out. This stuff has to stop. We've got to take our country back. We done started with President Trump. We need to continue up and down the line and get rid of these rhinos and these socialist Democrats. That's about all I got to say. Thank you for watching. A good Lord willing, I'll see you next time. And let's keep the fight up.